Hi guys and welcome to Simply Hike. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Berghaus Verden 45 + 8 rucksack. Now this rucksack, the core is the 45 and I will show you in a minute and later on in the video, the +8 is pockets that are either side of the rucksack. So let's go through the specs and the features of the rucksack. As you will firstly see, the rucksack itself is made out of the ripstop material, which means it's really lightweight, really durable and really strong. No matter what sort of pressure that you put inside or on the actual outside of the rucksack, it can withstand that. Quite literally, you can drag it to hell and back and it will survive. So it's really good to see that sort of technology on this rucksack. Obviously, what you have as standard, you've got the 2 mesh pockets that you get with any pretty standard rucksack. Obviously, they're big enough for your water bottles, your maps, any GPS systems. They've got the elasticated top as well to keep everything safe and secure. What you also have is the old compression straps on the side. So once the bag's all filled in, you pull that in and it just pulls everything together, stops things from rattling around. Right, so what I'm going to go and do, if I actually show you the pole grips first, so obviously when you're hiking, when you're walking, if you have the pole system, you put the bottom part of the pole actually in the bottom there to keep it safe and secure, and then you attach your normal walking pole through there. Basically the way that is designed basically grips your walking pole so it doesn't slide out or doesn't slide up from the top, keeps it nice, safe and secure. And that also works as well with the compression strap. So the tighter you pull the compression strap on the sides, the tighter it's going to hold your walking pole. And there's one on that side and there is also one on the other side as well. Apart from that, let's go, if I unhook these, I will show you the +8. So obviously the +8 are these side pockets here. So roughly it's around about 4 litres worth of pockets on each side. So you have bits on there. So for your Packer Max, your waterproof trousers, your spare water bottle, your purifying tablets, anything that you kind of need to get in an emergency, but you don't need to get it straight away. Pop in there and away you go. Or as I say, you don't have to use it at all, and then you just got the 45 in the core. What I will quickly just show you is the pocket on the other side as well. So there you go. And as I say, it's going to keep anything in there nice, safe and secure for you. Right, so there are the pockets. Obviously it's based on a traditional rucksack, so the actual format is pretty much the same as any other standard rucksack, but you do have a nice entry level or entry point at the bottom of the rucksack, which I've now shown you, like that. The great thing about it is, as you can see in the video, it's got a separator to it. So if you've got muddy boots, dirty pants, or you just want to keep like maybe your food separated from the rest of your gear, you can pop that in, or if you really want to, unzip it. And then there you go, you just tuck that at the bottom there. It continues all the way through the bag, so you can actually use it from head to toe, all the space that you need, especially if you're carrying big tents or anything like that, or you somehow put your roll mat in the actual part, like the internal part of the rucksack. So that does give you an option, as I say, having it separate or having it as one big open space. Obviously you've got the clips on there, compression clips, but obviously if you've got a roll mat, anything like that, or your sleeping bag, you can pop it through there. It all depends on how you obviously pack your own rucksack. So you've got entrance from the bottom, and then obviously you have your standard entrance from the top. Now as you can see, it's very standardized on the inside. It is quite literally just one open space. They haven't added any pockets or anything in there. That's obviously just to reduce the amount of stitching and obviously the quality of the work. So whatever you keep in there is going to keep it nice, safe and secure, and slightly waterproof, so it's going to keep it nice and dry for you as well. Another key feature that this obviously rucksack has is that it is hydration compatible. So quite literally, it doesn't matter what sort of size hydration pack you've got, whether it'll be a 1.5 litre up to a 3, possibly even a 4 litre if they do that. You can whack it in there just due to the elasticity of the top part. It will keep it safe and secure, which will stop it obviously rattling around in the rucksack. And then you can pop it, the actual straw or the hose through the top, and then you can connect it to your strap system like that. So there we go. That's the internal part and the front part of the actual rucksack itself. Let's take a look at the back system now, shall we? So obviously traditionally, you have the top pockets there, so yet again, anything that you need to grab quickly, whether it will be a GPS, batteries, a bit of Kendall mint cake that you've got stored in there, unzip it, grab it, and away you go. Also in this section, you do have the rain cover. So if I just do that up, like that, so that keeps everything nice and stored. Yet again, it's got a nice storm flap as well, so whatever's in there is going to keep it nice and dry. If you undo this bit here, you have the rain cover. So obviously, as I said before, the bag itself has a water repellency to it, but if it absolutely decides to absolutely chuck it down, whack that out, pull that over the actual rucksack itself, then pull the cord, and that will tighten everything up, basically keeping your gear that's inside the bag nice and dry, and giving the bag itself a good strong waterproofing. So that's on the top part. Obviously you do have the Biofit system in this rucksack, and basically means it's ergonomically fitted, so it's thicker in areas and it's thinner in areas when it comes to the actual padding itself, and which means it's going to be a lot more comfortable for you to wear, especially if you're doing a lot of activities, a lot of hiking, a lot of walking. It's going to be a lot more comfortable for you. Obviously you do have the adjust system, so you can raise and you can lower the actual rucksack on your back, as well as bringing it forward and obviously making it more close to your back as well, using the various pulleys that I've just indicated to you. So this bottom one here controls the main flow of the actual back padding. Obviously with the Biofit system, as I said, it's thinner in areas and it's thicker in areas, so it's going to be a nice closer fit for you, and it's going to make it all comfortable. And as I say, that works as well in the back padding as well, giving you the most comfort possible. Obviously you do have the standard chest strap as well. There you go, and then all you need to do really is, if you want to adjust it to raise it up or raise it down, just unhook it, loop it round and tighten it up again, and away you go. It's as easy as that. And then you come to obviously the hip strap themselves. So you've got the ripstop material. There's quite a lot of toughened material on there, so if you are going through rough terrain, obviously that's going to take, the hip straps always take quite a lot of impact. That's nice solid bit of kit, so it's really nice to see that on there. So it's, it can absolutely take a bashing. As I say, the Biofit system yet again works within the rucksack as well, giving itself nice and comfortable. As I say, it's nice and thin sections there, but it's nice and padding around the actual base of the hip. And then you've got the trusty, good old-fashioned Berg buckle. Now, rather than using a conventional clip or buckle, you've got the Berg buckle right there. Now, this can take a lot more pressure than your standard clip. So depending on what you're packing and obviously how you're wearing the rucksack at the time, it can give you much more support than your traditional clip. So that's a really nice feature, and it's good to see that they've actually put this on this rucksack this year. That's a really good bit of kit. As I say, just from me pulling it, it locks it into place. So the more weight you actually put on it, the harder it is, and the more it, holds the pressure and the weight that you've got on your back. So that's a really nice and a really key feature. So there we go. This is a great little rucksack from Berghaus. So definitely one to look into. For any more information, please visit us at simplyhike.co.uk.